Now, I'm not going to try to convince you that this is one of the healthiest or one of the easiest or fastest ways to make chicken, but I am going to tell you that this is one of the most delicious ways to enjoy it. And it's not actually all that difficult to make it for a crowd. I'll show you some tips.
Chicken Parmesan with gooey cheese, rich marinara, and the crispy breading keeps it oh so tender and juicy. Begin by setting up a dredging station for the chicken by adding eggs to a shallow bowl and beating them with a fork. In another bowl, combine breadcrumbs. I'm using a panko style, but any type you like, fresh or store-bought, will work. The Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, and pepper get stirred into it well. Plain old all-purpose flour in the final bowl. And this is what you dust each piece of chicken with first. Get it lightly covered on all sides. A thorough dip in the beaten egg. And a jump over to the seasoned crumbs. Get that chicken coated well on all sides with that flavorful mixture. Set each piece of chicken on a sheet pan. This is a double recipe, and if you are making this for a crowd, you can cover the tray with plastic wrap and store it in the fridge for several hours or overnight before moving on. Talk about some time-saving prep. The next step is to heat a generous, and I mean very generous amount of oil in a skillet. Make sure that the oil is hot enough to fry the chicken properly, so drop a little bit of the breadcrumbs into the oil. And if it bubbles up right away, you can relax, knowing that the chicken won't have a soggy crust. Then fry each chicken breast on both sides until browned. It doesn't need to be cooked completely at this point. And place all of the fried chicken in a single layer on a sheet pan. It can also be stored at this stage when cooking for a crowd. And then on to the final step. Spoon a few tablespoons of marinara sauce onto each piece. Top with a generous amount of mozzarella cheese. But it's called Chicken Parmesan. So yes, of course, we're going to be putting Parmesan cheese on it as well. Then pop it in the oven for just about 10 minutes until the cheese gets all melty and the chicken will be perfectly cooked through without a chance of being dry.
And you can keep it on the lighter side, sort of, by serving it with a salad or maybe some roasted vegetables.
You can find the recipe for Chicken Parmesan at homewithshay.com. Shay Ryan, ABC Action News.